We are still here in Georgia. I am here at the chicken neighborhood. Every little one of these little house coops are full of little chickens. Yesterday, I was fortunate enough to kill a hog, so today we're processing it and continuing with our Georgia excursions. It's a nice pig. We're gonna clean them old school, boil water, and all that good stuff. Cook them up, and then off to the next adventure. All right, we're gonna just flip them over. This is the pig I shot yesterday. He doesn't have super big cutters, but according to Bango, he's a pretty big hog. I gutted him, so before I gutted him, he had a really big belly. Bango said this pig's probably pushing 200 pounds. And this boar looks like he's been neutered, so neutered boars are often very good eating, so I'm glad I got this one. Surprise, Bango's the chef. What's new?
Here we go.
Nothing's new.
Nothing's new.
It is pitch black. We spent all day today processing the hog, and then finally we've got it done to the point where we can start cooking. So tonight we're doing a barbecue for the family out here on the grill. That's the house back there. We're doing all sorts of good stuff: corn, bell peppers, mushrooms, everything that goes in a good barbecue. But this is something that a lot of people don't do with pigs and hogs because they just don't do it. But how we normally do it, we kill a pig or a hog, either one doesn't matter. You take it home and then you boil some water. And then instead of simply skinning the hog or skinning the pig, we take the hair off by pouring hot water on it. And then you take a knife and you essentially scrape off the hair. And you're not going to be able to remove all the hair off of the pig from doing this method, but it will get the majority of it off if you do it right. And then any remaining little hair that you can't get to or it's too hard, take a blowtorch, blow it off. You have a hairless hog. And then from there, you can start processing the pig. You can start breaking it down. And really the only reason why you do it like that is because you want to eat the skin. We want to eat the skin. If you don't want the skin, you can simply skin it out like any other deer or elk or big game animal that most people skin out. Then from there, we let the chefs take over. We've got all sorts of good old cuts from it, and that's how we normally process hogs. In fact, I've never done it any other way. So tonight, we're eating good.
Yeah, I don't know what cut it is, but we're about to find out.
So are you allowed to expose your marinade, or is it a top secret?
I mean, I can expose it.
Okay, expose what you're comfortable with.
Oh, I mean, it's...
Is it a marinade or is it seasoning?
No, it's seasoning.
Oh, seasoning.
It's seasoning. So
is it the one we used the other day?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So it's...
We're using Bango seasoning.
Yep, Bango seasoning.
That's what it's called.
Yep.
You either know it or you don't.
Yep. So the majority of it is garlic powder. A lot of people use garlic pepper, which if you put garlic pepper in it, I mean garlic salt, it makes it too salty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it throws off the ratio. So it's like garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, cayenne, a little bit of oregano, not a lot, black pepper, a little bit of sugar. I don't put too much sugar because if you do, when you throw it on the grill, the sugar will caramelize and burn. So you don't want to put a lot of sugar in it. So I put just a hint of sugar. I used to put MSG in it, but you know I know MSG is bad for your body, so and I was like, nope, no more.
So some pretty common ingredients, but you got to get the ratio right. The ratio is the secret.
The ratio is the secret. Yes.
Okay, and we're not exposing that.
No.
You got to try it for yourself.
Yeah, you got to try it for yourself.
switching gears. We're going after trout. And from what Bango's been telling me, this is one of the funner fishing trips that you can do down here because we're up here in the mountains. Georgia has mountains, for those of you who don't know. I didn't know. This is going to be a resemblance of steelhead fishing back at home. You're fishing smaller rivers like this, and these are rivers, so like the trout here behave like steelhead, where they'll move upriver and they'll find little holes to go and stay in. You see one? All right. Okay, so we're gonna fish another bridge. We're running a very common trout fishing setup. We're using a rooster tail. Rooster tail, 10-pound braid. Got a reel there, like a 6'6" medium rod or something. You cast across or in the middle like that?
Just like that, yep.
Okay. It's too light. This thing's not even spinning. Have you ever used a Ned rig?
The what?
A Ned rig?
For trout?
Yeah.
Nope.
Dude, it's probably crushing here. Man, Ned rig is like trout candy. Yeah, it crushes trout. Here would be perfect for it.
Get right there and then throw down. And then reel it a little bit slower.
Okay. And just cast straight.
Wow.
This is like 5-inch trout conditions.
Yeah, right? Now I don't know why I never came.
Where's everybody at?
I know, right?
Are they up that way?
They might be up. I'm thinking they might be up there.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's getting smaller and smaller as we go down.
But how much bigger can it get? Because shouldn't upstream be smaller?
Yeah, but
Unless
they might be at the dam.
Oh.
They might be fishing at the dam. All right, let's go check it out.
Okay.
We'll go check it out.
This has been proving quite the challenge. So it's all dependent on, I guess, where the trout are, because here in the south, the water temperature fluctuates in the other end of the spectrum, because trout are a cold water fish, and down here it's warm. Trout here, they're always trying to find the next pool of coldest water that they can get to, because they quite literally need cold water to survive. So like, we're trying to find pools where the water temp isn't as warm yet, where it's holding the trout. And so we finally came upon this stretch up here, and there's a dam over here, and people are catching trout. Like there's a guy right there, and he's on trout, but a lot of these guys are fly fishing, so they might be wanting something very small, like a nymph or something. They're crushing it on the flies. Oh, you see them too?
Yeah, they're right over there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I got flies if you want to throw them on.
No, we can try this. They're in here though?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody I've seen has been catching fish.
Yeah, I got like 2 or 3 hits over there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. But they're loaded in there.
Cool. Oh, come back. Dude, there's 2 chasing it.
Got smoked.
Yeah, he hit on the drop. I had too much slack. Yeah, there was like 3 chasing it. We might have found him. Oh, we also switched to a smaller rooster tail, and here it's single hook only. So this one has 1 hook instead of a treble hook. Just abiding the regulations. They're in here. Every time I cast, like, there's definite interest, because I can, oh, there we go. I can see the fish. They fight good. And just on cue, he came by. So here it's catch and release only, so you want to always treat the fish right. With trout, always wet your hands, because dry hands will remove that protective coating on their body, and that can kill them. Oh yeah, come here, buddy. This is this really a rainbow? Oh, all right, buddy. Chill out. I'm trying to help you out. This is a brown.
That's a brown.
Yeah, I was about to say, this is not a rainbow.
That's a brown. That's a nice brown.
Beautiful brown.
They have brooks in here too.
Really?
Yep.
All right, let him go. Man, they fight hard.
The brown?
He fought pretty good for his size.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He smashed it too. Hey, no skunk. So there's like this green tree, and then there's a branch, and right in between that pocket. So I've been catching him. I forgot what I was explaining, and he's crushed it. But like, the stream is so shallow here, and the water's so clear, like, I can see my rooster tail, and when a fish comes up to follow it, like, I can see the fish trailing it. That one I wasn't paying attention because I was too busy talking. And then, gotta love a pleasant surprise like that. That was a brown trout. My first ever Georgia brown trout. So I'm gonna try to get as close as I can to the current, that way I can reel vertical to me, instead of having this awkward, like, off angle where my where my panther martin isn't flying straight. You gotta be careful of that too. I just cast into that tree, and there's a lot of victims up there. I can see other rooster tails and other bobbers up there. This way, when I reel, my rooster tail is swimming directly against the current, and it's coming straight up the stream, versus trying to like side paddle against the current, like at a more perpendicular angle. I think it gives it a much more natural, realistic presentation. Maybe there are some in this pool right here. Oh, I caught a leaf. So the thing about spinners like rooster tail would have a blade is when you cast and you retrieve, you want to make sure that that blade is actually rotating and moving. Because if it's just coming at you stale, it's not giving it the right action to trigger those fish bites. And it's pretty easy because once you get used to it, when you retrieve it, you can feel the blade vibrating at the tip of your rod. See, like this, like it's not spinning right, so just got to make sure that my line's not twisted on it, but it should be good. Yeah, it's spinning, and the larger the blade, the easier it is to feel. So I'm using a pretty small rooster tail here, so it can be kind of hard to detect a blade spin, but there should be tension on your line if it's spinning right. It shouldn't be slack. Whoa, brown trout just jumped right in front of me. There we go, fish on again. I saw him jump. I don't know if this is the same one, but got him. These browns are loaded in here. So again, always wet your hands. I don't know, is this the same fish I just caught? Another brown trout. Beautiful. We're catch and release, so I don't want to play around with the fish for too long. I'm targeting the deepest pools, and this is pretty basic. So there's all sorts of different types of water flow right now. So up here, very fast current, and then it comes down, and then it starts to taper off. And then when it tapers off, there are some rocks here where the current goes past the rocks, and then behind that rock next to the current, there's some slow current. And a lot of times fish will stack on that back eddy behind that rock, because a lot of bait will flow down with the current, and then the fish will stack where there's slow current, and they're just waiting for bait to get pushed down the current, and they'll snatch it. So it's a little bit of, I guess, basic water reading, like fishing 101 when you're fishing streams and currents like this, is you want to know where the fast current is, you want to know where the fish are sitting, you want to know where the back eddies are, you want to know where fish are able to hide and ambush prey. And so that's all I've been doing. All of my fish I've been catching have been right towards the tail end of where this fast current flows into, and where the water slows down, that's typically where the fish are hanging out, because slower current means the bait's moving less and they can actually strike it. But I just caught a tree. So that's all it is. Stream fishing at its finest right here, and we've caught two beautiful browns. According to Bango, brown trout are not too common here, so the fact that we've caught two browns and no rainbows, it's kind of a, I don't know, a rarity. But we spent enough time here. I think we should move upstream a little bit, try a different hole. Real treacherous over here. Too shallow. Let's hope I don't fall. It's super shallow up here, so I don't know if there's actually any fish up here, but you don't know until you try. And honestly, that spillway, dam, whatever this is called, that water flowing down is mesmerizing. Satisfying to look at. But like this little pool right here, it's not even a pool, it's like maybe a foot deep, which I don't know if these trout want to stay here, because it's a lot of current to fight constantly, and it's really shallow. Oh, fish on. I got one. Yeah, another brown. Yeah. Brown trout are loaded in here. Oh. Well, I guess there's our answer. This one's a good one too. Right there. Beautiful brown trout. Right there. Don't want to play with him too long, so let him go. Oh, there he goes. Okay, so that answers the question. It's shallow, but there's trout up here. And these browns, they hit hard. Now that the sun's coming out, it exposes the clarity of the water even more. Like, I mean, I could step in there if I didn't care about getting wet. This is perfect for a Ned rig. You could work it much slower.
Oh yeah, these are stockers for sure.
Yeah, these are all stock trout.
Look like that and that.
Yeah, that top, the dorsal fin, yeah, it's all messed up. Stock trout. Here goes. Let's pretend that this is the river. And with how these trout work is the higher they go up the river, the cooler the water is because it's higher up in elevation. However it works, but the higher you go up, the colder the water temperatures, and again, trout are cold water fish, so they always seek colder water so they don't die. So how this typically happens is in the winter they come down, and then as we approach spring and the weather starts warming up, the fish will start migrating their way up, and they go as far as they can until they hit some kind of blockage like a dam or just natural obstacles where they cannot get past. And then with how we fish, we are only able to fish certain sections of the river, and we cannot fish this pool up here where the fish go up and get stuck. So like earlier, we were up at a dam or a spill where the fish were all pulled up and we were feeding them. That's when they were coming up and eating. But we can't fish up there. And so that's a sign that Bango is using to gauge whether the fish have moved up, because if the fish are up here already, then that means where we're fishing down here, there's either no fish or we're trying to catch the stragglers that have yet to make it up to the dam. So I think most of the fish are up here and we're like fishing down here. So it's a struggle, but there's some fish around. There we go. I caught 3 browns, Bango caught 1, and not too shabby of a day. I'm out here in Georgia just exploring everything I can. So we're getting a little bit of a taste of every single aspect of fishing that Georgia has to offer. And today we caught fish, no skunk. Anytime you don't skunk, you gotta be appreciative of that. So with that said, we're gonna wrap it up with this one. On to the next adventure before we leave back home to Washington. Appreciate you watching. See you in the next one. Just kidding, we're not done. Stopped by a barbecue joint, and Bango's like, every time there's a food truck, I gotta have it.
Yep, gotta have it, dude. Gotta have it.
We've got, what is it?
Baked beans. Oh, the meat. You got brisket and ribs.
Biscuit and ribs, barbecued, coleslaw,
Baked beans. Ooh, that bean look good.
You got mac and cheese over
mac
here.
And cheese, yep.
All right, now we're done.